Well, good morning, everyone. This is Keith with Positively Osceola, and welcome to another one of our Coffee Talk Lives. Not just another one. I'm with Joel Rose, General Manager, Osceola County Fair. Bam!
You know what, Keith? We're 39 days out as of today. It's hard to believe.
It is.
At this time last year, we were doing a coffee talk, and my goodness, it goes by so fast.
It does. It seems like the whole day thing, the buildup of days like that, when you call it 25 more days, you're talking about Christmas. Christmas is like way behind us now.
It feels like
All we're talking is fair now.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so the 81st Osceola County Fair, and you are the man in charge of that thing, and it is a big event. Big event. So we have scheduled 3 hours to talk about it today. Not really. We could easily do that. Because we're friends, we could chat it out.
There's that much stuff going on. We definitely could.
You know what's amazing is as huge as it is always every year is, and awesome, it's even bigger this year. So I'm going to kind of be quiet here and just kind of ask you to tell us about the Osceola County Fair. This is the largest annual event that comes into Osceola County.
Correct.
You're the general manager of that fair, which of course is put on by KVLS, nonprofit. But this encompasses so many different facets. It's like it's the heaven sent. For those who have like need for many things happening at once, this is the perfect event. So I'm going to be quiet and just ask you to talk about this coming year's fair.
Sure.
Please.
You know, first and foremost, I know you say I'm the general manager of the fair, but Keith, there are so many other more important people than myself who do all of the work throughout not only the 10 days that we're there,
Right.
which is the 14th through the 23rd, but we really start the next year's fair after the conclusion of this year's fair.
I've seen that.
And that includes all of our board members and directors and all of our volunteers. So first and foremost, I have to give a shout out to all of those people. And of course, there's too many to name, but everybody knows who they are and how much hard work they put into it. And it's really appreciated through myself and hopefully through the entire community
Sure.
of Osceola County. So with that being said, some of the really brand new things we're bringing this year, I'd like to start off with, I think, someone who you know. We have the mime from SeaWorld
Yes.
coming in to provide his services this year at the fair. And I couldn't be more excited because I've been to SeaWorld, seen you do your stuff there and see him do his things there. And my goodness, that's just a show in itself.
I always had great conversations with that guy. Now, I had to.
If you're good with sign language and communicating without talking, then you're right on track with
Yeah,
that
those
guy.
mimes are. They're very good.
But yeah, we're real excited to have him.
That's great.
Yeah, and I think it's going to bring, he is local. He's a local guy. So, again, falling into suit with keeping things as local as possible is
Sure.
important to us there. One of the other new shows that we have is called Jurassic Kingdom or Jurassic Lockdown. So, it's just what you think it's going to be. It's all about dinosaurs. And
Everything is a little bit about dinosaurs.
they're going to be roaming around over in our little Animal Kingdom area, which is on the back side of the midway towards the Silver Spurs Arena. So that's where the Pompeo dogs are. They're a famous act that comes back year after year from popular demand. The petting zoo is back there, and now the dinosaurs will be there.
There you go.
So we'll have some security there to make sure none of these animals intertwine with one another to keep everybody safe.
Dogs and dinosaurs. It's a different movie.
It sure is. Another thing we've brought this year is helicopter rides.
Love it.
And again, when you come on the midway and you come through the entrance to the fair, that'll be right there on your right-hand side. So once you get on the midway and you do your rides and things and you need a little break, just come back towards the entrance and get yourself a nice breather. Go up and view the fairgrounds and, some of Osceola County from the air. So we're real excited to have that.
I hope we get to go and do that, Joe.
Well, I was just going to say that's going to be one of our interviews.
Could be. Man,
That's for sure.
Sure that wasn't the reason why you brought him?
Hey, always trying to get some new stuff for us to
cool.
have fun with.
That's cool.
To keep everybody interacted with the fair. And I would be amiss if I didn't mention, because I don't think they get enough credit, Keith, is our livestock area of
Sure.
the fair. Everybody sees the midway right out there on the road. How can you not miss it, especially
Right.
at night with all the lights and
True.
stuff going on? But what people really don't see is right behind Kittyland is our barn full of all of the livestock that we have. And then right adjacent to Kittyland is also our big rabbit and chicken tent, which is free to walk through. Now, who doesn't like to go through and pet the little furry bunnies and see the chickens?
I know I do.
I mean, I have to say, the ladies that take care of those two committees for the fair, they work nonstop every single day of the year, and to help the youngins, because that's pretty much where they start for livestock showing and things. And it's real important that I give them props, because they do a huge job, and that's really where all of our young people start, like I said. And they're just the cutest little things. And for you not to just browse right through there while you're going through Kittyland, you'd be missing out on something. So just wanted to bring that up.
And I think it's easy to, I think you make a great point. You know, we're attracted to the big shiny things, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, we wouldn't have a fair if it wasn't for the agricultural side of what we do here in this county and what you promote and what you're advocates for. So I'm glad you're pushing that out today, talking about it. And I think you guys do a great job. I've noticed in the last year or two, more people from the fair, just attending the fair or attending the fair, making their way through the barn and seeing the agricultural side. I think that's a testament to what you guys have been doing as far as promoting how important that is to the fair.
We can't do enough to do it. And we try to do our best throughout these 10 days, because it is one of the highlights of the fair.
It is.
So
it is.
Be sure, when you come out to the fair, just come back. It's all free. You don't have to pay to go back there and pet a cow. You don't have to pay to go back there and see a sheep or a pig or a goat, rabbit or chickens. Come on, bring your kiddies through and look at what we have to offer there. But also, out on the Midway, we have the new and improved Demolition Derby this year.
Nice.
This is our
Polar
third year
opposite
in a
of
row.
agriculture.
It is. But talking about big events,
Sure.
you can't talk about a more bigger event on our first weekend of the fair. So this year we have two Demolition Derby companies coming together to provide a double whammy show, if you will. So it's not just going to be one heat, maybe two. It'll be at least 4 heats of the cars with different classes coming through.
Right.
So if you've heard about Demolition Derby in the past, or you've caught the last 2 that we've had at Osceola County Fair, you don't want to miss this one, because it's going to be bigger and better.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty bold of you. I'm just putting it out there friend-wise. It was bold of you to reignite that 2 years ago, and I thought it was great first year. And last year was really great. It was really great. Crowd loved it, obviously. Crowd loves seeing cars crash into each other. But there were a lot more vehicles, a lot of fun. And so you've lengthened it then, basically, right?
We have lengthened it, absolutely. Growing up, and maybe just like you and a lot of our viewers today, whenever I went to a county fair, the Demolition Derby was a staple, along with the truck and tractor pull.
Yeah.
You got to have those at the county fair. So thank you for giving us kudos to bringing that back. And
it's great.
As long as we can continue to do that tradition for a county fair, we're going to do that.
It's so funny. It's like, and I'm going to sidebar, make this an hour conversation anyway. But it's so funny because depending on which segment of the fairgrounds, like the whole entire property, when you go to one segment, you see the countenance on people's faces focused on one thing. So like the Young Hearts pageant, you see the advocates for that. Then when you go to like the ag side, it's a completely different thing, and the rides and the food. When you go to the demolition, it's a different feel back there because they're all back there looking for cars to smash into each other. Pretty interesting.
Everybody loves to see that done in a safe manner.
It's a blast.
It's great.
Yeah.
And then we have all of our most popular entertainment coming back. If you don't mind me saying, we have Kenyon Lockery coming back. He's very local. We're proud to have him amongst a lot of our other local entertainers coming back. Blonde Ambition's going to be there
that's a great band.
Weekend. Some of these knockout entertainment bands, and I'm sorry to say band, because they're really a show. Every one of these people that come with their bands they're putting on a great show.
Now that's you mentioned Blonde Ambition. That is Chrysalis Rojas, obviously, and her husband and her family, and they're responsible for the entertainment that came downtown St. Cloud here for New Year's. They booked all of that through Chrysalis. Great family, smart entertainment group, and so it's great you're tagging them on this, because it's an endless source of entertainment with those guys. They just nail it. So I want to ask you, I know you'd probably bring it up if I didn't say something, but Burn the Jukebox.
Yes.
Huge social media based celebrities. you got them last year. I don't know how you got them back this year, because they're even bigger now. I'm talking about millions of views, and maybe if you're teenagers, young 20s, you think it's an easy name to know. But they play all the songs that I want to hear. I want to hear all the Hall & Oates and all the funny stuff.
Absolutely.
They do great, and they're great musicians. So how did you get them back the second year?
You know what? Who doesn't like coming to Orlando?
Right.
During February,
Yeah.
when our weather,
Good point.
it may seem a little chilly to the Floridians, but to other people,
Right.
they're from Pennsylvania. So
There you go.
having an invite down to Orlando and then being at the great Osceola County Fair, they had a great time here last year. I'm really happy to say we have a good relationship going with them. And I know you said they're up and coming, but Keith, they won several awards already
Right,
that
no
they
doubt.
were put in for between last year and this year. So I was just happy that we kind of booked them months and months ago,
Yeah.
because had I tried to reach out to them a little bit sooner to our opening of the fair,
It would be costing some more.
it would cost them
bigger
some
bucks.
money, but they might not be available.
Yeah, sure.
They're in that much of a demand. So we got lucky, and I'm glad to say they had such a great time that they are happy to come back.
Great, good thing. And really cool thing is they were a family-supported group, which I loved. They're younger folks, so great to see their families out with them. So now you have another country star as well that's coming this year, right?
That's correct. Jesse Kelly Adams.
Put you on the
straight
spot,
from
did I not?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Put you on the spot, did I not, Joel? I did.
Hey, we try to get somebody from Nashville for all the country folks
Sure.
who love good old country music. And again, she's an up-and-coming artist, and I think she's probably beyond that now.
Great.
Again, we booked her early when she was considered up-and-coming, but she's become that much more popular, where I think she's gone over that hump, and now
Great.
she's doing her own gigs, opening for really famous bands now.
Great.
Again, booked her early. Really lucky to have her coming to Osceola County Fair, and we're going to have her not for one day, but actually 2 nights in a row. So she'll be providing 6 shows.
Great.
The second weekend of our fair.
And Country Thunder is not going to be here, right, this year. So it's Get Your Country fix
Yeah.
in with the fair. Just saying. A great thing. Love all the entertainment. I think that, to me, you mentioned tractor pull, you mentioned demolition derby, and entertainment. And there's so much entertainment. And I think I'm hoping that people will realize, don't wait to the second week to come. Come right away. February 14th is when you want to start coming. I say it's the best time to see the fair. Everything's fresh, and the entertainment's there, and it's just so much going on. And the second week's always a blast as well. I know you're going to have great weather because you work so hard to provide such a great thing. But let me get the one thing in that I just have to talk about, and that is fair food.
Yes.
So can you give me a little hint?
Can
Can you give me a little hint what we're looking at?
Well, I believe last year we were missing the famous cinnamon buns. So that couple retired and went on about their
That's
business,
right,
and
that's
we
right.
weren't able to get another replacement. But guess what? We do for this year.
Nice.
Another famous cinnamon roll company's coming in, and when you're thinking about fair foods, the hot dogs, the sausages, the funnel cakes, you got to have some of those sweets in there.
Yes, no doubt.
And the cinnamon buns are one of those. Some Asian foods coming in this year,
Cool.
which I think is important. Who doesn't like that? So we try to have as much variety as possible so that everybody can come and get a little taste of what they want.
It's like a deep fried Twinkie and lo mein.
Absolutely.
And they heard me. They heard deep fried Twinkie and lo mein. Who doesn't like that? All right. Anyway, that's
A little
good.
bit of everything's going to be there. We have our mainstays that come. We have Jimmy Bear's Barbecue,
Sure.
which is right there.
Sure.
We have, the famous popcorns provided by Jinx Concessions. The list goes on and on. You have all the great homemade lemonade and all the
Nice.
nice flavors that get put in with that.
Can't we just go get some of this today?
I really want to right now.
39 days? I'm not sure I can make it. All right, so give everybody that overview one more time of what we're looking at when it comes to the dates and where, and so we assume everybody knows where
Yes.
this is. But go ahead and give us the elevator speech.
Yeah, you know what? Just in case you don't know where it is, it's at Osceola Heritage Park, and the dates are the 14th through the 23rd of February. You can't forget about that. It's Valentine's Day. What a perfect
Yes.
opportunity to come out and have fun on Valentine's Day. Guys, it just leads me to think that everybody wants to do something different for Valentine's, because you do the flowers, which is great. You
Sure.
do the card, the candy, and the dinner. But this year, you can take somebody to the fair and have a great time there.
There you go.
I mean, that's a great way to start your February off with your favorite people.
Agreed.
So
Get
again,
a dill pickle pizza with your special one.
I'm sure it'll be there.
You know it.
OsceolaCountyFair.com. I did forget to mention one thing, if you don't mind me mentioning it now. Osceola Idol's coming back for the third year. I did forget about that. Registration's going to be up this weekend, this week. So if you're wanting to bring your singing talent and showcase it off and win some good money and a scholarship to Chicago, possibly to start your career, that's a great opportunity to do so. And I believe we're going to be streaming that live, if I'm not
Absolutely.
correct. Yeah.
Yes, that and the Young Hearts pageant.
And the Young Hearts pageant. Yep.
Don't want to get in trouble with those folks.
No. They're probably the cutest part of the fair, aside from the little animals.
It is. I love those things. And, it's a huge, like I said, there's so much advocacy in every area of the fair. I want to, if I could kind of close with one thing, which I think is so important because it is a multi-generational part of the fair. And that is like the 4-H and the FFA, back to the Ag Center of it. Just kind of reminding folks that if you want to support these kids who are really spend all year long to accomplish their goals in life, really, as young folks, and their parents and families surrounding them in that, there are auctions, livestock auctions that do take place every year at the fair, and that you and I and everybody in the community who wants to can certainly support those kids by purchasing their livestock. Correct?
That's correct. And even if you're not in the market for the livestock that's coming in there, you can still purchase it and then donate.
Gotcha.
Donate these things to other individuals or companies or whatnot. So there's an opportunity to help support the youth in every single way you can imagine.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
I just wanted to mention and thank a couple of our different sponsors that really, really help support the Osceola County Fair in our community. So I'll start off with Experience Kissimmee. Everybody knows them, and if you don't, you should. They're very, very big supporters of a lot of different activities in Osceola County, including our fair.
Absolutely.
KUA, Toho, South State Bank, Ford, all Central Ford dealers, and Central Florida. Ford dealers. So that's just a few of the ones that we have that,
some hospital
that come together. And then first and foremost, we have Orlando Health, which is stepped up to the plate this year and is more than happy to support the fair. So we're really excited to have them.
Love it.
Have them on board.
Choose well.
Yes.
That's great. Well, it's not surprising that you have a great organization supporting what you're doing because you're doing a lot, and it's a big deal to them to be a part of what good things are happening in the community, whatever that sponsorship fleet is looking like this year, and you get a lot of them. Of course, I will close with one of my favorites is the pig races. Just gotta say it. Just gotta say it. So be there looking for those pigs to run around, and then the big ones at the end.
I mean, you can watch a show like that year after year, and it feels like it's a brand new show every year. I don't know how they do it, Keith.
New pig action. New pig action. In the Caribbean, the big thing these days is swimming with the pigs. I can't get that. I want to watch them race. I don't want to swim with them.
They're making Charlotte's Web have a huge comeback.
There's a book right there. I'll leave with that. All right, so we're excited about it. It seems like a long time, but I know you got 8 million things you got to do before that happens, and it is the busiest time of the year. You guys are all year round, but this is when we see you go nuts. So we appreciate all your hard work, man. Big time.
We look forward to seeing you there, Keith.
Yes, we'll be there nonstop. This is going to be a part of a series we're going to do that has a lot to do with fair and all the many different things that are part of that fair and all you do all this year. So stay tuned for more of this exciting vernacular coming your way, folks. But we'll really be doing a lot of work getting out information about the fair before it happens. So thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, Keith.
Absolutely. Again, this is Keith with Positively Osceola here with Joel Rose, the general manager of the Osceola County Fair, February 14th through the 23rd, Osceola Heritage Park in Kissimmee. Bam! Be there, and then check out the